Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So running back out of Clemson, Travis Etienne was recently on the Path to the Draft, which is a show on the NFL Network hosted by Bucky Brooks and Daniel Jeremiah. Anyway, when asked about his perfect fit at the next level, his response was the New York Jets. How cool is that? As a Jet fan, you have to admit, that's pretty cool to have one of the marquee players, arguably the best player in this draft at his position, to come out and say his perfect fit out of all the teams out there is the New York Jets. It feels good. And then he also went on to say that he likes the direction that the Jets are going in, and then of course that he would like to play behind Mekhi Becton, one of the best run blocking left tackles in the NFL today, going into his second year. Exciting stuff. So when you're looking at Etienne as a prospect, he's a super versatile player. He can do damage running inside the tackles, outside the tackles. You could even throw the ball to him and let him work in the pass game. He's been a productive player for the last 4 seasons with the Clemson Tigers, one of the powerhouses, one of the titans of the CFB for the last handful of seasons, and part of that is because of Travis Etienne. Explosive, dynamic, like I said, versatile before. His pro comparison is Alvin Kamara for a reason. You look at what he did in 2020. In 12 games, he had 16 total touchdowns. 14 of those were rushing touchdowns. Okay, 964 rushing yards, 48 receptions. The guy did it all. But here's the crazy thing. That was a down year. That was a down season. Those numbers are really respectable in 12 games, but you go back and look at what he did in 2018 and 2019. 1,658 rushing yards back in 2018. 24 rushing touchdowns to go along with that. 24 touchdowns on the ground. That number is video game-esque. That number is extremely high. Okay, and then in 2019 he had 19 touchdowns on the ground, as well as 1,600 rushing yards. So all in all, Etienne he's a dominant player, right? Again, productive all 4 seasons at Clemson University. He even contributed as a freshman there. So we know he's explosive. We know he would fit the system. We know he has burst and how versatile of a player he is. Again, inside, outside of the pass game. He would be a great fit for the New York Jets, especially because we're taking a look at the room right now. We don't have that solidified, true workhorse running back. Yes, we added Tevin Coleman, great addition. I love that signing. But if you're looking at Travis Etienne at Clemson and you're looking at the guys on the roster, the minute Etienne walks into the building, he would be the team's best running back. He would be the best running back option in the locker room. For an offense that, quite frankly, needs to get better in 2021 if we want to be remotely competitive. If these offensive ranks mirror what we did in 2020, we're going to be in trouble. We're not going to win a lot of football games next year. So we need to get better. We need to add talent, and so far, so good. We look at what Joe Douglas has done on the offensive side of the football through free agency. We added Corey Davis. That's fantastic. That'll definitely benefit this offense. And then, of course, Keelan Cole as well, signing him to a cheap one-year contract. We have Jamison Crowder. We have Mekhi Becton. Denzel Mims is going into year 2. I'm expecting a lot out of him. So things are looking good, right? Everything is trending in the right direction. And adding Travis Etienne to this offense that's already starting to get better would be a huge boost, a humongous talent boost for this team. So I think the question now goes from, is Travis Etienne a good fit with the New York Jets, to what's his draft value? If Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh and Mike LaFleur have identified Travis Etienne as a player that they want to bring in, right, as a future starting running back for the team, where do they pick him? And I think we can all agree that 23 is a little high. I feel like if Etienne is the guy for the Jets, it has to be 34. I don't envision Travis Etienne falling to round 3. I know you can make the argument, hey, we can get a starting caliber running back in rounds 3 or rounds 4, because it's been done time and time again. And that's totally right. It's totally correct. I agree with you. We can. But again, if we're prioritizing Travis Etienne, he's not going to go to round 3. And same could be said with Najee Harris as well. If you're falling in love with Harris or Etienne, I really feel like you're going to have to spend that second round pick on him, whether it's 34, whether it's in the 40s or 50s. I feel like he's going to go in round 2, and whatever team takes him will be very happy. So At the end of the day, we know Travis is he's an absolute ball player. He's an animal. He's going to help out any offense that he goes to. Would you invest the 34th overall pick? Would you try to roll the dice and cross your fingers that he's there in the 3rd round? Maybe take a guy at 34 like Creed Humphrey, Wyatt Davis, whoever it may be. Maybe trade up. We have 2 4th round picks next year. Maybe we could package one of those and slide up. Who knows? A bunch of hypotheticals here. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Would you like Travis Etienne? Would you rather opt for, maybe a Chuba Hubbard or something like that, a Gainwell, Carter from North Carolina in the later rounds? Or would you just say, you know what, Etienne's the guy, let's draft him and not look back? So thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Cannot wait to hear them. And as always, go Jets.